Welcome to another episode. Today I will show you a JavaScript tip which is around building using Webpack. So some of you, those who are like me, who are not fan of huge configuration that is required with Webpack, or some of you are might like a backend developer who need a simple JavaScript front end, or maybe you just want to add some sugar on your backend application using JavaScript. You might not need a whole lot of feature that Webpack provides or a whole lot of flexibility that Webpack provides. You might just use a tool, something like laravel-mix, which will just give you some basic configuration. Of course, you can extend it to much broader than basic, but using a tool like laravel-mix will give you a nice wrapper around Webpack, and it will give you, like as it says, 80% of use case, and I would say with just 20% of the hassle that Webpack has. So by any means, this tool is not related to PHP Laravel framework. I mean, it's related. This tool ships by default with Laravel PHP framework, but we will just use it standalone in a JavaScript project. This is the purpose of this video. Let me show you how. Let's check the documentation here and do it as we go. So this is we are interested in. We will just set up a standalone project, and we will use laravel-mix there. So let's open the terminal and follow the steps provided there. Basic initializing npm. Now we are installing the laravel-mix, which is itself an npm package, and we are saving this thing into our development dependencies. Now we will just extract the basic configuration file from node modules to our root directory. Okay, installation done. Now we have a package.json here, which has laravel-mix version in it. And now we will just copy the Webpack mix configuration file. And it provides you a nice skeleton, which we can use. Of course, you can change the source directory and target directory. Basically, what it means is it will pick up this entry point of your JavaScript and this entry point of your Sass script, and will compile those down or transpile those down into dist directory. Let's check the next steps. So this is what is here. Now we will create a sample JavaScript file and a Sass file. Now we can compile everything here, but I would like to just put those things. Those are just basic shorthands. So let's put those things in our package.json. Okay, now we can simply run npm run dev, and it should compile this app.js file and this app.css file. I mean app.scss, which is a Sass file, to our dist directory. Let's run npm run dev, and some errors, which is a global error, cross-env not found. So we need to install cross-env. And let's run it again. And this is now installing some dependencies on the fly, which is good. We don't have to do all this. Now it says the initial setup is finished, which was some on the fly dependency installation. Let's run it again. Yeah, and it's working. So let's check if we got a dist directory. Yes, we did. And we have app.js and app.css file, which are, by the way, mostly blank, because our source JavaScript file or CSS file has nothing. Let's put something here, and in our JS file as well. Let's run our Webpack build again. And fair enough, we have our hello world in here, and we have our CSS in here as well. So it was like really simple step, but it gives you all the flexibility. And obviously we are not using all the power here yet, but it gives you like all the power of using Babel and Vue and any other framework or like React or whatever you want, and it will bundle everything into one JS file and one CSS file. So maybe let's try installing Vue.js and just use it as we use it regularly in any Webpack workflow, but without the hassle. Okay, now create a index.html file in our test directory, which is mostly our public directory. And we will just use our CSS over here. We will use our bundled JavaScript file. Cool. Now we can put something in the body. This is our plain simple HTML file. And we will just put some Vue specific HTML. We will add some Vue specific attributes here. And instead of this, we will just now specify our Vue model. Now let's do some Vue specific tasks in our JavaScript. We will just import Vue.js. We will instantiate Vue, and we will provide some configuration here. We will provide our data, which is the default data that we have. So we have a hello model that we specified in our HTML. Let's provide it a default value, hello world. Now let's instantiate a basic HTTP server, HTTP static server. So we will install a HTTP server, static HTTP server globally, and we will call it to serve our files. Let's check in the browser. It's not working. Why? Because I have not run our build again. By the way, we can just create a new tab and we can run npm run watch, which will keep watching for changes in all the files that are mentioned as source in our webpack mix file. Let's run it. And it's now building as well as listening for all the changes. Let's check back in the browser. Okay, fair enough. Now we get our fair hello world using Vue.js, but see the video length, how quickly we got it set up. We got Webpack set up and we got an nice build working. So hopefully this will save you some time. And again, don't get confused. I have used it in many non-Laravel projects and it works like a breeze. Thank you so much for watching. Peace be upon you.